Well, hello guys.
Hi.
We are Girlskate Scotland.
I guess.
Can I please ask you all to introduce yourself in an orderly fashion, starting with Leah. Introduce
Hi.
yourself.
My name is Leah. Yeah, sorry, I said hi because I thought you were saying hi to us, not the general public. Yeah, my name's Leah. I've lived in Glasgow for a few years now, and I've just recently become part of Girlskate Scotland. So
Nice.
I'm very new. I haven't yet organised an event with you guys yet. So
That's all right.
yeah.
It's coming up. Rachel.
I'm Rachel. I've never left Glasgow. So, yeah. I can't remember when I joined Girlskate Scotland, to be honest. It's been like a good, at least a couple of years ago now.
Mhm.
A year
Probably
and a
about a
half.
year ago now.
Yeah. Aye, because the first thing I did with yous was like when we wanted to do the Kingston
Yeah,
Jam.
the
Mhm.
Kingston.
That was like, was that summer last year?
That was...
Gosh,
was it?
we need to go back and check that. But that was when you
Was
were.
it?
I
It
feel like
can't
it
have
was
been
long-
last year. I
that
think
was
it was
longer ago.
2022.
Because I mind being like, right, I love to do something.
August
but,
2022,
Oh my God,
that's
like,
what
I
it
was.
can't do anything on my own. So then we were like,
Let's
And then
team
it
up with
happened.
because
Mhm.
you were
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
you were skateboards at
Mhm.
the time,
yeah.
which was
But yeah, aye. So I'm Rachel.
Nice to meet you, Rachel. Dasha.
Gosh, I'm Dasha. Yeah, I've had a bit of a weird one with living in China for a bit and then coming to Scotland after having lived in Scotland previous to that.
Mhm.
So it'd been like a kind of a few years away. And then I came back, and yeah, I've been with Girlskate Scotland since not the beginning, but very, very close to the beginning,
Mhm.
which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a good few years now, and yeah, skateboarding just accompanied me throughout my travels and throughout all the places I've lived in and stuff, and it's just been a constant companion, really.
Yeah, literally. Well, I'm Lorn. I come from sunny Largs.
Living at Largs.
Living at Largs, live, laugh, Largs. Largs, Vegas. I've got so many names for it, but you can choose the best one. But today we're just going to be talking about Girlskate Scotland and about females in the skateboarding environment. I hope that's all right with you guys. But first of all, I have to let you all know the new issue of the Skateboarder's Companion is out now. Issue 13. That's it right there. It's awesome. Check it out. Check it out if you haven't already, because it's lit. So, my first question for you all, it's going to be, do you remember getting your first skateboard?
I remember stealing my first skateboard. No, it wasn't as cool as that. Basically, I kind of used to compete in freestyle skiing at my university. And one of the girls I used to, because it's very male dominated as well. So one of the girls I used to compete with, she was like, invited me to go to the skate park one day because, you know, it's very hard and inaccessible to do snow sports in general. So I just I went home for the weekend, stole my brother's skateboard from like, I don't know, 10 years ago. It was like this soggy wooden cardboard piece of thing.
Nice.
And took it to the park, dropped in on my third day, and never, ever looked back since. And it's been,
Damn.
that was when I was like 22, so it's like, how many years?
That's
Six.
been quite a few decades now, Dasha.
Yeah, so for me, it was like, other than that, you know, I remember trying when I was 16 years old, landing on my elbow and being like, nah, fuck this
It's harder
shit.
to get into at that age as well,
Yeah, it
especially if
is.
you don't have a friend group.
Yeah, it was very
that does it
difficult.
with you.
Like, that was one of the biggest things that my friend at the time, you know, she came with me to the park, and it was like kind of like mutual solidarity, you know, there was just us two and maybe one other girl that we saw every once in a while, or two other girls. Other than that, the park was completely just, you know,
Men.
yeah,
Yeah.
men, boys, guys.
Yeah.
But we never viewed it as that. we just saw
Yeah.
the park as what it was. Like,
It's a skate park at the end of
It
the
was
day.
like
It doesn't matter who's there, is it?
yeah, that was like for us. We were very lucky and fortunate to be in that kind of environment. And I know a lot of people aren't as fortunate to be like that. But yeah, that was like the beginning of my kind of first.
Mine kind of weirdly joins in with yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, well, so I properly got into it at uni, and I first
Yeah,
started
same.
going with my people who lived in the same halls as me. So we went to Stockton and that.
That's
And-
where,
yeah.
Stockton was my birthplace.
And then when I had been skating for like 2 years, I met the same person
Tizzy,
that got you
yeah.
into skating. So I went skateboarded with her for a bit, and she was like my first proper like friend at the skate park. So that's pretty cool that she's impacted two people's lives, you know, like that. That's pretty cool.
And you hope to be that kind of person for other people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that's one of the main things that, whenever I see girls or kids skating at the skate park, you want to be a positive impression, like give them, a good experience.
Because then that makes them want to do it even more.
Well, like the people that, started out our journey remain with us and are a huge part of our story and the reason why we're still doing it now.
Yeah.
So you hope to be that kind of person in other people's stories.
And a lot of people don't talk about the impact of having a positive appearance on the parents as well,
Oh, yeah.
let alone the children. 'Cause
I
I
think-
noticed that at our recent
Yeah.
fundraiser I made a great impression on the kids' parents,
I think,
which
a
you
lot
know,
of
it builds up a lot of trust
It
in
did
that
do.
aspect as well.
like there was a lot of smiles. That's what really got to me, was just seeing like
Yeah.
the smiles of the kids' faces and the parents' faces, and just seeing something that we all know but can't really always articulate, that kind of feeling. And then just seeing it on their face. Anyway, going back to the first skateboard
Yeah.
story.
Do you have a story?
I don't really remember. I remember like a couple first skateboards, but like I was fairly young, which
Yeah,
was
you've
like
been
it
skating
was
for a
nice.
while, yeah.
Like, I mean, you wouldn't guess with the fucking, Anyway, no, I remember a few, but I think one that stuck out to me was like my next door neighbour. He was like a good couple years older than me, and I think he kind of fell away from it. Was like, I don't skate anymore. Gave me like a Danny Way Plan B board.
Sick.
It was like the kind of rainbow way,
That's awesome.
and it was like, and I was like, so cool, man. That's a skateboard. Like someone's name on it. But no, that was really cool. I quite like that. But apart from that, and a couple of Argos boards and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I think that's when we all
classic,
started,
like-
isn't it?
I
Yeah,
had
just
the
like build
Tensor
up the first
trucks and-
sound. Yeah.
yeah, like
Oh, the
going
old
back to
just-
the black plastic trucks.
Oh yeah, and you see that way when you tear the plastic off of it, and there's still some little bits of plastic stuck around the truck. That's when you know you're an OG skater. You know what I mean?
But
So you know.
I do remember the first time I like got to kind of customize a skateboard. That was fun. That was like, that's a good
And you
one.
pick out all the parts, and you're like,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
so excited.
That was good. I just stuck my dad in a belter.
I can remember the first time I bought my own, like, I bought the deck,
The
I
full
bought
thing.
the trucks, the wheels and everything. It was in China, it was in Shanghai.
That's awesome.
And I was just like, I just come back from a really bad concussion. So like I had been in the hospital and it would been really traumatic because I, had to go into the hospital, had to speak Chinese, anything. It was just like, so I just recovered from this concussion and I was like, nah, I need to get back from this. So I was just like, I'll treat myself and get myself my own setup because I was still skating my brother's.
Really? At that point, oh my god.
Yeah,
Earned this. Earned this.
So I bought I think it was a local kind of Russian skate brand that like had been established. So that was like a local deck because there's like a skate crew there's a lot of international people in Shanghai that skateboarded at the time. So I bought like one of the kind of group's decks, and then I got my indie trucks, of course,
Classic.
OJ wheels.
Yeah.
Now my deck right now has none of the original.
I was gonna say,
No,
like, do you guys
never.
like hold on to stuff?
Yeah.
It
Your
depends
old, like
what
your first
condition they're
things
in.
and things.
Depends what condition they're in.
Right.
I kept like so on the first setup, I remember going to Clan and getting the set of Spitfire wheels, and it was like, you know, you get one red, one blue,
Oh yeah,
one,
that's
you know,
cool.
it's like 4 different colours. I held on to 3 of those wheels, hoping for years that I'd find the 4th. Until I lost the other
That's
two.
the
I thought you were just
That's
like,
the
I just
thing.
didn't like the fourth
Yeah,
one.
so it's like wheels and bearings just go missing for no reason.
for sure. Like, I tried my hardest, but yeah, I do hold on to it.
Yeah, I've got
Nice,
I've got
yeah.
like 3 or 4 shoe boxes just full of spare skate parks.
I also
Yeah.
don't want to talk about the grip art.
No, let's not go into that. Let's not go into
I'm well
that.
into grip
I
art.
was super like when I first started, you know, setting up my boards. I've got 3 or 4 board grip tapes that were just like works of art, and now
Yes.
I'm just like, oh,
No.
just
Yeah.
put the
Let's
black.
just fucking
I
rip
go
it.
through
man.
phases. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I kept the ones that like kind of meant something, you know, that took a while or like had a certain kind of style.
the
to them.
masterpieces.
The masterpiece.
Yes.
I remember my first skateboard.
I remember.
Right, you ready for this? We had this cycle shop in the town, and every time my granddad would come to visit me, we'd go into that cycle shop, and I'd be like, "Granddad, I want a skateboard," and he'd be like, "No, too dangerous, too dangerous." But the worst part about it though is because I've got this condition with my neck, so the doctors always said, "No skateboarding. You're not allowed to do extreme sports, no matter what." And then I was like to Granddad, "I want a skateboard. I want it." And I would always be like down at skate park, no matter if I was skateboarding, rollerblading, BMX, and I was always at the skate park. I lived at the skate park. And then he finally gave in. It was a £25 skateboard. It was cardboard. It was the worst thing ever. We got it, right? And I was out till like, when I was like, it's probably about eight years old. And I was like, out the back garden. We had this like slim path, probably like a foot wide, and I'd be out until like 10 o'clock at night, like just doing random shit on this skateboard. And then eventually, this is where it gets good, right? We opened a shop in Salco. It's like a pet shop. It was an old estate agent's, and I went up to view it with my parents the first time they went to see it, and they'd bought it. Went through the back. They found this brand new Powell Peralta board, an Angel Boy deck, like brand new. Like you're talking, this is probably about in like 2010 or something. So these are old decks. It's probably been worth a fortune nowadays.
Yeah, I
and
think
I
they
just
are.
like, I was like, I'm having that. Put it on, fucking ruined it. Like literally skated the shit out of it. And then that's all. Like ever since then, I've just been obsessed with it. It's not even just been skateboarding. It's just been the environment at the skate park. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's skateboarding
It's
or
just
not.
so alive.
Yeah.
It's
Like I
like
found my place at a skate park, and like I've stuck with it ever since.
it's just got so much energy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that you always stick with, is like the skate park vibes. Well, we're going to move on to the next set of questions, and it's going to be, so obviously we're all now part of Girlskate Scotland.
Yep.
And whether we're new, been in it for the long run, obviously Daisy, SB, started this, and then you were the second one on board. But now we're all on board.
Yep.
And I'm wanting to ask, what do we want to achieve with Girlskate Scotland? Do we have any goals? Is there something in the future that we want to do? Why are we doing this?
Well, if we get our shit together this year, we've got some big things planned. We are looking to have at least one other, if not a few, maybe events on this.
Even if it's not just full events, even just being active in
Present,
the community,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
I guess
Yeah.
kind of what we were saying before is just like kind of being those people that maybe hopefully help
Yep.
someone else in their skateboarding journey.
'Cause obviously Beth, she always talks about how we are one of the reasons that she's so into skateboarding. After our jam, that impacted a lot of people, and I think that's why myself and everyone else is so motivated to actually do something with it. It just, if it's the work pays off. Do you know what I mean?
I think, hopefully we'll continue with the momentum of the last kind of event that we had. Well, it was together with Glasgow.
Greater Glasgow
Yeah.
Skate
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
God.
out.
shout out. Oh, it was so good. And they're planning another event that we'll hopefully be a part of as well. So that is on the cards for this year. I'm hoping we need to discuss this
Yeah.
within us before we start blaring out ideas. But like,
No, if you say it, it's gonna happen.
So we're maybe a summer kind of another event like the Kingston DIY, and we'll see all of our skate events are around charity mostly, and like involving the whole community. And it's not just, obviously, even though we're called Girlskate Scotland, it's not just for girls.
It's all inclusive,
It's
isn't it?
something that we just want the younger generation, well, all generations really, to be just involved with it. But yeah, there are a few things on the cards for this year, and I'm looking forward to it with winter wrapping up, hopefully, and more of us going, well,
out and about, just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Literally just getting out there.
I think we'll probably try to diversify around Scotland a bit more this year, instead of just focusing on Glasgow, even though the majority of us are in Glasgow. I'm based in Aberdeen right now, but maybe you do something, try to get something set up either up north or in Edinburgh or something. We'll just have to think about logistics.
Yeah.
But I think this year we'll be trying to spread out more through Scotland and not just having it in Glasgow.
Yeah.
I think that will be one of our main goals.
Yeah, no, for sure. You like up the representation of like skateboarding in Scotland. I think, in comparison to the rest of the UK or like England. But there's need some more going on and stuff, so just need to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly exactly. That's as I was saying, if we just get everything ordered, because I think
we've all got lives, we're all busy, we've got jobs, we've got other skate things to like
projects
work for as well. Like we're on treatment as well. So
a few of us.
Yeah,
but there's
obviously Rachel works. She does lessons, don't you?
Yeah.
Like everyone's got other skateboarding related things going on in their life
on top of
Girlskate Scotland. So it's hard to just be like, let's plan this.
But it
got
is
to work for everyone.
But it's a priority, I think. What we're gonna do this year, we just want to keep the momentum going after the two. I think they're pretty successful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Successful events, and a lot of money was raised for good causes, and a lot of people joined, and they're just a lot of fun to be had. Really,
definitely.
it's just one of those things. Our last one, our prizes were chocolates,
and everyone was happy with it. That's
everyone was landing absolute bangers after bangers after bangers. But obviously we'll have, we have a lot of sponsors that have helped, a lot of shops, individual shops that have helped us across Scotland. We've had incredible support from everyone. There's never been any sort of, it's just been continuous support, and we'd like to shout out to all the shops, all the local shops that have helped us, all the brands that have helped us. They've been incredible in these events. And we hope to continue these partnerships moving forward. And we're in good communication with them. But some of these events won't have these kind of big prizes, and that's okay as well. It's just to try to get people out and having fun and taking pressure off skating, because I think a lot of people feel pressure when it's like a jam.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I think
people don't like skating in that kind of environment.
I don't like skating. I don't like skating in that environment.
I absolutely hate it.
Whatever. Okay, going back to our first jam stories. Should we talk about our first? I remember just being that kind of almost token female, where people, not token female, but this was before or during when they first started introducing girl jams to skate jams. And they'd always come running up to me, and I had no choice in the matter. I was skating in them no matter what. Whenever I was there, it was you and then maybe 3 other people, and that was it.
Yeah, there's definitely a pressure to compete just because you feel like if you don't do it, no one else is gonna do it.
Yeah,
so you
and
have
it's the
to
fact
be the
that
one.
everybody's watching you.
Yeah,
that's what puts the pressure on.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not as bad when you're younger, say 14, 15, you don't care. You actually don't care. But see, when you're getting to our age, and it's like our age, we're old people, by the way. We're getting on.
I've seen some
for
kids
yourself.
like under a lot of pressure recently. Like not that anyone was necessarily putting pressure on them, but like I think they felt like they had a responsibility to like do well, and because everyone had like their lines thought out and what they wanted to do, and like to see like kids under that pressure, I was like, obviously to a certain extent this is what they want to do, but like this is not what skateboarding's about.
There's kind of a difference, I guess, now between like jams and competitions. I think we need to like distinguish that.
But there's always a difference between it, but seeing the environment between a competition and a jam doesn't feel much different.
That's true.
Like,
Maybe that could be our thing. We need to figure out how
This
to make
year.
our
But
jam
I think
not feel
we're
like
all right at that though. Is like every person I've ever spoke to after one of our jams, they've always had fun. There's never been the pressure there to perform. It's always just been fun.
Good.
I think, if you can elaborate, like, or what Leah was saying, it's really interesting actually what you bring up to try to find that balance, the middle ground, and also trying to make it as inclusive as possible as well, and just make it, because we've had other people approach us regarding jams and how to categorize jams.
Right.
So we've had people who've been setting up jams throughout Scotland asking us, what do you think is a good categorization? What should we categorize it as? And there's no right answer to anything.
Right way to do that.
It's very difficult to do that, and we're always constantly learning, and we're learning from the community. We're learning from all other skaters as well when we're hosting the jams, and it's like I think everyone is learning in that process. But it's just trying to strike that balance with making it inclusive, making it fun, making it competitive, but not so much that it's off-putting. Yeah. It's a very difficult kind of thing to consider when you're hosting events or hosting jams.
Yeah, I know, because it's like no pressure, but you are getting judged for prizes. So, it's just trying to get that across that actually probably everyone will get a prize at the end of our jams,
That's what you aim for anyway.
Yeah.
But moving on, Rachel, you are the founder of Skateboards.
I'm actually not.
No, not anymore.
Scandal. No,
we love all this scandal.
Breaking news.
To be honest.
Was it? Well,
can relate there.
you've been in. You have done skateboards for quite a while. Yeah.
Like I guess when I started, it was an account that was made up with the name Skateboards and stuff, and I think there might have been like a couple posts on it. But the person that was running it was like, I think they had their own stuff going on and that. So I was like, I think I must have been I was about 16 or 17 at the time, and I was like a keen wee lassie.
Yeah. So you've obviously now that you're a part of Girlskate Scotland, and you still do skateboards, yeah. Kind of on the side.
I fell away from it for a wee bit. It's and just because I like doing things on your own, and as we were saying earlier, like life gets in the way and stuff.
Literally.
Like, but yeah, I'd still like to think that I'm doing like pretty much like all the things that like I'd like to do through like Girlskate Scotland, and like
because you've always been a big female advocator in the skateboarding side of things.
Oh.
That's like what made you so passionate about it? Was there a story behind it, or was that just something that you wanted to do?
I think I don't know, since like I was quite young, like I'd like volunteered with the Scouts and things, and I think I always just kind of wanted to make space for like people, like give people the things that like you would have liked to have, be the person that like you didn't have in a way. So
just being a role model, really.
And just kind of like giving people that space, because I've like, I don't know, like over the years you'll know yourself, like especially when like before COVID, before the big boom in skateboarding, how many women did you meet, or how many people did you meet that were like,
that's the thing,
you know,
though,
I've always wanted to do it, and you're like, right, well, I'm just gonna like
do it.
Right, well, come down to transport at 2:00 on Saturday, and then we'll just do it. You know what I mean? Like, and so many people like. And I can't say that I did skateboards like on my own per se. Like all my friends, they would help out. They'd be there. They'd make people feel welcome. And like, you know, the people that came down, they wanted to learn something for the first time or just learn a new trick. Like there was always people there to like help me out and help them. So I think ultimately it's just about taking a space and going, right now you can be here.
Yeah,
if this
doing
is what you want to
something
do.
good because the world is changing, and so is skateboarding at the same time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's becoming inclusive for everyone at this point.
No, absolutely,
which is good.
And I think another note is to make it accessible for like not only just like a range of people, but like financially.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
you know, a lot of people.
Because a lot of DIYs, you know, people won't go to Loading Bay because it does cost money to get there. You're talking about
absolutely.
a tenner every time.
And that's just to get in the door.
In the door.
You know.
Yeah, whereas you go to Kingston.
Like Loading Bay, but it's like, you know, you get
people doing these DIYs, and it costs them quite a lot of money to do it, but it doesn't cost you anything to skate.
No, exactly.
And that's, like, even at that, even if you're not doing like events and stuff, they're building DIYs for people to go and skate at. They're doing all this work behind the scenes for you to actually have a place to skate in the first place, which again is just great.
No, absolutely. No, I completely agree. Lost my train of thought. But I think I owe it to like a lot of people that were around me as well to help me do that, because like it's difficult to do it on your own, but like I think I was just like, I'm quite passionate about like giving people opportunities to do things that they want to do, and like and you know, like I actually like I love working with kids and people and stuff, so like I think that played a big part in like, you know, taking kind of two passions and like putting them together was like I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, and you do lessons as well, so that's like the
other
whole
people,
package.
You know what I mean? Like that's exactly like I'm glad that people can benefit for that, and that like makes me happy. You know. Yay.
So Leah, you do a lot of artwork and a
Yeah.
lot of painting, and just want you to discuss how important it is to have other hobbies other than skateboarding. So not just being skateboarding 24/7. Go from work to skateboarding. That's it. That's your life.
Okay.
How important is it to have other hobbies to fall back on? Say, for instance, when you're injured or you just don't feel like skating.
Well, I guess it's really good for mindfulness. I guess, I don't know, skateboarding to me is really creative in itself. Yeah. So I feel like all my other hobbies go along with it. Yeah. And they kind of feed into each other. I think a lot of them do. Yeah. Dasha does surfing. I mean, a lot of people will say that's controversial, but it is quite similar in a sense.
Skateboarding came from surfing.
Exactly.
Exactly. But like, no, like you said, it's important to have other hobbies sometimes to mix it up, because sometimes skateboarding involves not skateboarding, and you need to get out of your head.
Yeah, this is the discussion I'm trying to go towards, though, is that every skater that has separate hobbies, they all somehow relate back to skateboarding.
Yeah.
Bouldering.
I know, like when you
surfing,
notice it, you can't stop noticing it.
Exactly.
You're like,
there's so many people with like,
yeah.
So like skateboarders like yourself, I'll go back to you, but are some of the most creative people I've ever met, some of the most artistic and the most just
expressive people ever.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, yeah, go back. Sorry, I don't mean to vote.
No, not at all. But yeah, so I was saying like a lot of my skateboarding inspires my art and kind of vice versa. So yeah, I guess you kind of separate your passions. But I guess mine kind of are all one
just conglomerate into one big.
Yeah, one big thing. So I don't feel too bad. You know, if I don't do one for a while, I do one. Because then I don't know, I always feel like I'm going to get back to it. Because I'm still, if I'm not skateboarding, I'm still thinking about it. And it's still like informing my other things I'm doing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Because I do photography as well.
Yeah,
And I used to just be solely landscape photography.
Really?
and like everything except
waiting-
from skateboarding. And
Waiting
then all
for
of
my
us-
Lorn photograph still.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was just skateboarding took over. It's
But
like,
you're thinking about
crazy.
going back to like more.
Yeah, I want to do more landscape. That's like, I was dead happy doing that stuff. And it's good to have an escape from skateboarding.
Yeah, I
Like, I think that is very important. Like, I mean, I know we're not doing it 24/7, but
it's
I
just
mean,
sometimes.
as much as I love it.
It's
Get
also
back.
good to step back, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and just
Yeah.
be like,
take
right,
a break,
you
you know?
because you can be kind of
stuck in your own head,
like
stuck in
we
a
do
rut.
have like a great community, but sometimes you're just like, right, okay, just need to make sure that this is not the only thing I'm involved in
Yeah.
to make sure, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But yeah, I've got a question for you,
Yeah.
host. What's your favourite photograph you've taken within skateboarding?
Oh,
That's a good question.
Good one.
Put you right in the spot.
Yeah, you have. That's a good one, by the way.
Or even maybe one you enjoyed doing the most, you know, just it can be quite broad.
I think, right, I'm going to go with the basic one, and that was Ross's ad for Route 1. Route 1 kindly allowed me to shoot an ad with Ross, because obviously me and him are sponsored by Route 1 Glasgow. And they gave me the opportunity to get the back cover of Companion. And
Yeah, that's
sick.
sick.
once it was printed, then you
fantastic.
see your own photo, you see your name at the bottom of the page, and you're like, holy fuck.
and you
like,
deserve
I
it.
could-
I made it.
I can, like, I can
That's
do
going
this.
on the fridge.
You're like, I can fucking do it. It's like, whoa, it's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be the best photo I've ever taken, but from my point of view, it does mean the most to me because it was the one that made me realise, like, you could actually do this.
Yeah.
It's that
makes
feeling
sense.
you get.
It was
you know?
crazy,
Yeah.
but because it was like dropped out of college, and within a month they'd asked me to shoot an ad for the back cover of the Companion, and that's like, where do you ever hear about that? And apparently, I'm not gonna toot my own horn or anything,
Toot your own
No,
horn.
toot it.
Toot
No.
it.
but apparently, I might even be the first female photographer in Scotland to have like a published photo,
Probably.
like taken by me.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
actually.
congratulations.
which is
That's
is
sick,
crazy.
man.
That's sick.
but I don't know if that's true or not. Cameron Dorlson told me that, so if it's Cap,
Oh, okay.
if it's Cap, you blame him. You blame Cameron. He's behind the screen right now.
Get him out
But
here.
no, that's great because, like, I mean, I know what it's like to drop out of college, and well, you were studying photography,
Yeah,
right?
and-
it can be quite
But
like you know, it kind of like I haven't did much art since leaving college, and it can take quite a toll on your motivation and
Yes.
I
like
can imagine.
yes.
you know your kind of
Yeah.
determination to do these things. Like I completely understand that.
Because
So like
when
that
I was
aye.
in college, I did not want it's like see when I was in college doing a full day taking photos, doing whatever. Every day in college, I'd take my skateboard, go out skating with Cash and all that afterwards. I would not want to take my camera out after college. And then you'd find I don't know what it's like in other like creative subjects in college, but every guest speaker we had in told us if you have the connections to go out and be a photographer, drop out of college and go and do it.
Really?
Well,
Oh my god.
you're like, okay,
So
I'll-
really, you just
No.
did what they said.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm not even joking you. They said if you have the connections to go and do it, do it. It's a way. That's just photography, but like if you already have a platform, if you've already got the connections to be able to
If
go
you have
out
the
and
talent,
be a
which you-
freelance photographer, then go and do it. And I was
Go with
thinking
it.
about that, and I was like, I actually could though. 'Cause
That
it-
takes so much guts as well.
exactly. And
You've
at the
also got an
time-
insight into the scene like that, you know.
Exactly. Like I did have the connections at the time. That was when I'd just got on Karma as well, and I was traveling all around like the UK doing tours and stuff. And it was like you meet people. I met Rob Winston, and it was so crazy to think about because see when I was in S5 doing my National 5 photography, it was you need to write like a page about photographers that you look up to.
oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
specifically
I love this
about
story.
specifically about like the styles that you're interested in. And at the time, I wasn't too interested in skate photography, but it was still like I wanted to get into it. Rob Winston and Blind Johnny were the two people that I wrote like segments on that I submitted for my Nat 5 photography, and it's crazy to think about that now I can just message them on Instagram whenever the fuck I want. Like,
Oh,
you know what
we
I
were
mean?
with we were
Like Johnny's here right now,
Yeah.
and he's been like we've been talking
Johnny's
and we're like, I'm
incredible.
going to come and see you. And
Yeah.
it's like, if I went and told my art teacher that now, she'd be like, what the fuck, that's crazy. And I'd be like, yeah, I know.
I always just want to mention, like, people like that have made our kind of skate scene so much better because they've made us feel so comfortable. And there's like a huge list of people that we can't name right now.
Yeah.
But they know that we're talking about them, and they're the ones who've made it, like, our entry into skateboarding so good.
Yeah.
And despite all, like, I know for a fact, well, I can't speak for anyone else, but I've had issues when, like, you know, through the whole skateboarding scene, like, there's always been, like, kind of points of contention, points of issues that, like, being sometimes not necessarily even female, but just being a skater, you come across, like, shitty people. And I don't think it's just down to, like, girls and guys. It's not as simple as that.
It's not even just necessarily in the skateboarding world either. It's
No,
just
it's not.
in
It's like
general.
just in society, you're always gonna come across, like, not very nice people.
Cliques and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just normal. And a lot of these people, like Johnny, like photographers and skate mates and, like, team members and everything like that, that have made this kind of community so much better and more wholesome and more accepting, and has changed it completely for the better. And we just wanted to say, like, you know, thank you to them. And they probably know.
Yeah, because
definitely.
my next question was going to be, what's it like being on a team mixed with boys and
Oh,
girls?
it's the best.
It is, isn't it? It's
I
so
can't
good.
even,
I
like,
feel like I've kind of
Like,
found
well,
my
not
people
even on a
bit.
team, but, like, see
Yeah.
being surrounded by guys and girls at the same
it's-
time, or being on, like, a trip with them.
it's like, I don't
It's
even
great.
see this sounds really weird and stuff, but I don't even look at it. It's just
Yeah,
friends.
it's just friend. It's just a
It's
friend
like
group at this point.
one of those things where, you know, you've got, like, teens next to, like, 30, 40-year-olds
Yeah.
next to, like, girls and,
And then you
guys
can
and
shock
everything. He's on another planet. Like, always on another planet.
Yeah, Shock's the
amazing.
best part. He's like the god of skateboarding. So
He's
good.
the godfather.
Yeah, godfather. God grandfather at
No.
this point. I'm
That's
joking, Shuggy. I'm joking, Shuggy.
Yeah, but it's just like it's not really a team. Like, it is, like, we are a team.
Yeah.
Like, but it's so cringe and it's so cliche, but it feels like
a family.
family. No, it feels like just a really good
Just
group
a
of
big, happy
friends.
family.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just, we're all mates. And I think that's what, whenever I watch skate, like, videos and skate clips and stuff, and you see a group of, like, mates skating together, that's what really hypes me up.
Yeah.
Seeing, like, the camaraderie, seeing, like, the kind
behind the
of
scenes,
behind the
seeing what they're getting up
scenes,
to.
seeing, like, the hype after someone lands a trick. That's what really gets me, like, excited
Yeah.
for skateboarding.
And I feel like with treatment, like, you know that everyone really believes in you.
Yeah,
They
hell yeah.
push you to
Yeah,
be
they
better.
push you, because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I've been led to believe, or, like, that people's expectations maybe aren't as high for, like, girls than everyone else. So I feel like a lot of times I've just kind of, in my mind, have just kind of gone into that mindset
Yeah, I know
and just
exactly
started
what you're-
believing it myself.
Uh-huh.
Whereas with treatment, they just, like, is the total
There's-
opposite.
yeah,
of that.
there's
It's like,
no
they're like,
limit.
oh, you're gonna
Yeah.
nollie flip that 8 set.
Yeah.
This year. And I'm like,
I'm just
sure.
a girl.
Yeah, I can't do that. But then it actually happens, and I'm like, shit, you guys actually thought I could do that before I knew myself.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's constant, and there's no, you're a girl skater. There is absolutely, I've never felt, not that I'm not proud to be, you know, female and not proud to be a skateboarder, but within that group, there's never once kind of that feeling where it's like, they're skaters and you're something separate.
Yeah.
Like, there is
Yeah.
no,
There's no default.
there is no,
skateboarder.
There's no
No.
category
There's-
to fall into.
there is
Yeah.
absolutely no differentiation. You're part of the crew, whether you like it or
Yeah.
not, and you're
Yeah.
gonna fucking do the trick, whether you like it or not. And everyone's gonna be there, and they're gonna be so hyped for you when you
Yeah.
land it. And, like, it's just, you do it almost for your mates. You do it for your
Yeah.
friends, and you do it for yourself, and then it all comes together. And you know, like, I'm trying to describe the feeling, but like, you
We
know
all
the
know
feeling.
it.
You know the
happiness
feeling.
feeling.
The
We all know
happiness.
it.
Happiness
Oh
feeling.
God, never gonna get over that. But the happiness feeling.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It is the happiness feeling.
Yeah, it's
what we
something. It's
chase.
definitely something like I treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's yeah, and even it doesn't matter if I like for any of us, like if I stop being, you know, part of the team, I'll
You
never
still hang
stop.
out
I'll
with
never
us.
stop being. Not that I am. Like,
Just-
don't get me
Yeah, I
wrong.
was like,
It's
whoa,
not
what are you
gonna
saying?
happen. Not gonna happen.
Are you breaking up with
There's
us?
never. You're gonna have me to the bitter end till I can't move anymore because
Oh,
my crusty
God.
knees.
Until you need treatment.
Yeah, until I
Yeah.
actually need treatment.
Yeah. Well,
No, but like, sorry,
No,
I was just yeah. You will never stop being friends.
No,
That's
exactly.
one of the things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and coming off of what you've just said, how, like, obviously skateboarding has changed in many ways over the year, especially female skateboarding.
Yep.
So how do you feel about the progression of it? Is that something that really impacted your skateboarding, or is it something that you never even blinked an eye at? Is it just...
I think there's a huge
I'm like, wait, are you talking about like the kind of boom in the scene?
There's a huge boom during
how
lockdown.
progressive female skateboarding has become. Yeah, because ever since lockdown, a lot more females have started
and not even that,
skateboarding.
like Instagram is just like pushed
Yeah.
forward like
Blowing up.
such
blowing up.
unreal skate talent.
Yeah, and there's so many more like Instagram share pages as well. It's
For-
just,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and
just
then-
really nice. to
And then
see.
obviously with Sky Brown winning at the Olympics.
Real skate, like,
Like,
yeah,
I seen,
Rizal-
I think she was a
there's-
huge influence. Like, I
Yeah.
went
Yeah,
to the shop
just
at that
unreal.
point, and every second kid was like, you know, they were coming in to buy a skateboard. They were like, "Oh, I've seen Sky Brown at the Olympics." And
Yeah.
I'm like, right, cool, man.
Every
Like,
other-
person,
great.
and then set
The
up,
Brazilian
like,
girls
so
are
much.
unreal as
Oh
well.
yeah, Brazil.
Oh,
Brazil just keep on whacking out these skaters. Like,
that are just
where the fuck are they coming from?
absolutely unreal. Like
Yeah.
skating these rails are just like you're just
Who's
incredible.
that
Yeah.
kid that's like, I swear she's like 18 now. or
I think it's
something.
Real, like
Yeah.
Real, like
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, skate.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was saying. Like it's just
Crazy.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like on
I
the
remember
April
her, like,
video.
yeah, I remember her
really
doing
nice.
like these crazy tricks, and I'm like, wow, she's good. And then the next video, she's just hanging about with Chris Cole, and I'm like, what?
But I think it's just it shows a lot of. I was talking to one of my mates who's not from the UK. He's from like a country that's kind of a bit outside Europe and stuff, so he doesn't really see the kind of women's skate scene. And I was showing him videos of like some of the female skaters, and he was just like, "Whoa." Like he wasn't expecting that because it's something they don't see a lot of the time,
Yeah.
like in certain places. And if
And
you're not,
yeah, I guess it's like, I know a lot of countries, they've got different views on men and women and how divided they are. But we're lucky enough to live in a country where it's not an issue. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the media that we see on Instagram, for instance, a lot of it's just mixed. We're not exposed to that side of the world where there's such a divide between men and female. But I mean,
Yeah.
it still happens.
I think that we're also in that kind of not echo chamber. That's not the right word, but we're exposed a lot more to female skating, and a lot of the guys don't see that. But like through us and being friends like with other dudes and stuff within the community, it like we expose them to that a lot of the time. You know, like a lot of the time when you show them like videos that you've sent or like through group chats and stuff you send through like, you know, Elsa's Steam or like and things like that. They're well, our friends all know about it, but like a lot of other guys have no idea what's going on within the female skating scene.
Yeah.
And it's just, but I feel like the past year or two, there's been a lot more presence with like the new Thrasher front cover and just a lot more. There was like so much more in like Companion, in Girlskate Mag, in Vague of female presence. It's really important to see, I think. Especially I can think of younger me, like not seeing that representation and seeing that representation now, you can understand how that could influence and like encourage a lot of younger skaters.
Yeah, like especially the articles like in the companion. I love reading those because I'm at the point where it's most like people that we know or like I've seen on Instagram and stuff. So it's so cool to read about them and their stories and stuff.
Yeah. So. Speaking about companion and about your push article.
We got it.
Yeah.
What one's it in?
It's the one not this.
Is it 12?
This one?
11?
Oh man.
You find it, Dasha.
I'm gonna find it while you talk.
In a minute.
But yeah, talk about how that experience was and what you felt about that.
That was really great. I wasn't really expecting it. It was mainly through Care that I got it, because he started taking pictures with me. But then that was right when he broke his leg as well. So yeah, we had to kind of do it all really quickly before that happened. Just kind of use what we had. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. It was really, I kept overthinking it because I was like, oh, everyone's going to be reading this, you know, and what they think about me. But no, it was a really good experience and I got a lot of good comments about the article and stuff. So yeah, no, it was really cool.
Oh, there we go.
Yay.
And that's a W. I love that.
So yeah, no, it was sick.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It was,
I know, it's
which
like,
one? Issue 11, if you guys would like to read that.
It's very much a kind of
check out.
pinch me moment, you know. Can't really
Are you
believe
dreaming?
it. Am I dreaming? It's crazy. But yeah, so no, I think it's sick that magazines are really putting an effort into covering different types of people because it really matters. Like when you see someone that you relate to in skate media, it's instantly like you have a moment and you're just like, yes.
There's
Oh my God.
Dasha is in this as well. Wait.
That was so cute though. We were both in the same issue. That's so
I was,
cool.
oh God, my style. Sorry for my style.
It
I
was
was
a
wearing
rough
cans.
weekend.
It was a rough weekend, and I was not wearing my own shorts.
No, the clip as well when you were trying that trick and you were like almost at the end and you started like stalling and then someone tried to push you.
It was Dean.
Yeah.
So like the story behind this, guess the board slide.
Yeah.
Was pretty long. It was like pretty long, so you needed a bit of speed. So there was quite a few attempts where I would get to almost near the end and not quite make it. So one of the attempts, I got so close to the end, but I didn't get there. And Dean, who was our filmer, incredible guy, tried
to help you out.
He helped me out. Like he tries to push me to the end, but it looks like he pushes me off, and like I actually like my board sticks. I go flying off, and it's just, it was pretty
too good.
It was pretty funny, but like I said, going back to it, we need these kind of people in the kind of that make you feel, you know, that you're able to do things that you didn't initially believe that you could, or like help you build your confidence or support you through. I mean, our photographers and our filmers, I just have to
nicest people ever.
Nicest people, and
it's also me. I'm the nicest person ever.
But I just. How do you guys feel when you're filmed? I feel so bad. I feel so bad.
I hate it.
It takes me, I don't know, it takes me a little second to get used to the camera. I don't know, it depends. I feel more self-conscious getting my picture taken than being filmed.
Really?
Yeah, because the camera, I feel like when you're getting your picture taken, most of the time the camera wants to be like right as close as possible.
Yeah.
And I feel like that puts me off a lot.
You're like, have you got insurance?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm like. I don't mind if you take a photo of me, but I'm going to smash your camera.
So I find I have to really get like into a headspace to deal with that, because otherwise I'll just not do it properly.
So
just bail out.
Yeah, coming off of headspace.
Can we just pause 1 second?
No.
Please.
Why?
What do you want?
No, we've got 10 minutes left.
Please, can we? Please.
No.
Go piss, girl.
No.
Please, can we just
seated.
like?
No.
You can go.
I will go very, very. Can we wait for
Go.
me?
Hurry up.
Man,
Run,
I don't want to
run,
miss. I'm
run.
gonna be really quick. Don't start without me, or you can talk.
Do I keep going? Do I keep going?
Go. I'll be really, really quick.
Should I keep going or not?
No, just wait.
Dasha. I forgot what we were talking about now.
Sorry.
You
But
said
this
good
is
segue.
so this is a question that, I mean, if you aren't comfortable talking about it, then that's fine. But it is, so see when you go out skating, maybe you're having a bad mental health day. Does skateboarding help you or does it make it worse? It's a weird question, I know.
Can be
but
both.
Yeah, it depends what kind of bad mental health day.
Yeah.
I feel like I joke about this with one person a lot. But when I was going through and the same with this person, when we're going through and we bonded over this, when we're going through our worst mental health, as in like the deepest pits of whatever we're going through, you skate the best.
Yeah, literally.
you
Like, I was
you have
telling,
zero self-preservation.
Yeah,
and
you're
I'm
just like,
sorry, but like,
I was speaking to someone about that the other day, and it was like the only reason I'm sponsored is because I was like at the lowest point of my life, and I didn't give a fuck what happened to me. It was like sending this crazy shit, not giving a fuck.
Yeah, I totally get that. I feel like, if I feel like I need skateboarding to be an escape, then it's really great.
Yeah.
But then if it's like, if I'm kind of not feeling like skateboarding, but then I make myself do it anyway,
it's-
that's when it's bad.
It's
really
even
bad.
And then it
worse,
just makes
like,
you more annoyed.
And you're like having a
It
bad
doesn't go
day, and
right.
you're like, I want to go out, and I'm just gonna do this trick. I want to land this trick, and you don't land it.
Yeah.
And you're going home like, what am I doing, man?
You're just like, why do I even do
yeah,
this?
like what's the
No.
point?
Yeah.
For sure. I maybe might be flipping the question a wee bit, but like, you know, when you have super high expectations of yourself,
I don't.
Yeah.
like through skateboarding, and then you start like, I don't know, you start not having a good time, and like,
Oh, that's
I
me.
personally, like, you know, I took a step back from like, you know, you see all like the Instagram clips and just like all these things,
And
and
you're
you're like,
like,
ah, shit, like, you know,
Yeah.
and I was like, right, I'm just not gonna, like, I'm not gonna film anything for a while, you know, if
Yeah.
I feel like it, I'll do it, but like a good amount of time, I was just like, I'm like, you know, I feel like there's like some, in a sense where like you feel like there's like cameras in your face, and you're
It's-
like, no, this is not why I do this.
It's
So
so
much
important.
No,
pressure.
it's fun, but
Yeah.
in a better headspace.
It's
Uh-huh.
so
I'm
important to
happy to
skate
do
for
that.
yourself.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to skate for yourself at the end of the day. Like
No,
not
absolutely.
skate for like Instagram or skate for clips or skate for whatever. I think the most important thing is like take it back to the root, the cause, and
Yeah.
like I think days like that, I have to just really go back and ask myself the question: why do I skate in the first place?
Exactly.
And like you
Yeah.
just have to like, and a lot of times it really helps just going back to basics.
Yeah.
And going back to like just skating around.
Yeah, because sometimes I just go to the skate park and I just warm up by doing some flat ground tricks, and like that's fine. Like,
And I was going to say as well, like, I was kind of having this revelation recently where I was getting annoyed because, you're trying this trick, but then if you think of what you were doing, like, a year ago, you couldn't even imagine yourself even attempting
Yeah.
that trick.
Yeah.
So really, sometimes it's really helpful to just take a step back and, like, think about where you are now and where you were before.
And just try to
like,
ground
how
yourself.
far,
Yeah.
that you've come.
Absolutely.
I don't know how yous feel about it as well, but the fact of representing a company as well,
Oh,
like
that's
I feel like that is so much pressure. Like I'm so grateful for them, like Route One and Treatment.
yeah. Same
Like
with
for
like
Route One hooked me up, Treatment hooked me up, but it's like, am I giving them enough in return to like deserve all of
I
this?
think there's a reason why you were asked to be part of it, and like I was told, like I was put on a skate shop back when I first
that
landed,
SB?
when I first landed my first kickflip,
Right.
and a lot of people, there was a lot of questions asking why is she on the shop? Why did they choose her?
A lot of it,
It
is
goes
to do
beyond
with, like, your motivation.
It goes
Like,
beyond. I think it goes into seeing why you skateboard, like what drives you, the passion, and like you're relatable to a lot of people who are going through a similar thing. And
Sorry, I was just going to
No,
say,
no,
I feel
go.
like people see things in you that you don't see in yourself.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
definitely.
Like
Like
Focus
Ross,
and Zoya.
I think Ross is a prime example of that. Like,
Oh,
I know,
huge.
I know personally that Ross is probably the very, very, very reason that I am where I am today in skateboarding.
oh, same.
Right.
One
like,
of
Yeah.
them,
like
yeah.
fully, he was like, "You've got it, keep doing it." And I was like, all right.
It's like you need those people to believe in you when you can't believe in yourself.
Exactly.
And then you just have to not question it and just trust.
Yeah,
that
exactly. You're so right. You don't,
Yeah.
and like in those moments, you don't question it, and you're like, you're on this for a reason. You're here for a reason. Don't question it. Just be yourself and try your best.
Yeah, and that's coming off of the mental health aspect of it. If you're having a bad day, you need someone like that to just be like, you can do that.
And it's okay if you don't do it today, but you can do it.
It might not mean much at a time, but see, once you're feeling more like yourself and you think back at that time, you're like, damn, that really did help. It's like, it's the smallest things make the biggest differences sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. Crazy. Well, we're going to wrap it up very, very soon, but is there anything else that you guys would like to discuss? I have one more cheat question for you, but only if there's anything else you just don't want to discuss. Anyone want to plug
I want to
anything?
know what this little question is, but
Well, it's not that deep, guys.
It's not
you've
that
got
But
me
it is.
intrigued.
It sounds that deep.
It is, right. And I'm just got disclaimer. if this is too personal, just tell me to shut up. Dasha, stop laughing. This is really serious.
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Sorry.
scared.
So I know if this is too personal, just like tell me to shut up. But what is you guys' favourite snacks?
favorite snacks.
Oh, I don't know if I can answer that one.
Whoa. I know if it's too
That one
personal,
hits.
just tell me to shut up. But like, what's your favourite snack?
I swear, like the ADHD in me is like
That's not a snack.
no. This is the explanation to the snack.
Right,
Okay, okay.
chop.
I get hyper focused on a different snack every month. So like for like a month, I'm obsessed with a snack. So it's like the Co-op salt and vinegar crisps. Then it's the M&S like strawberry.
Salt and vinegar crisps is where
Strawberry
it's at.
and white chocolate crunchy cereal, and then it's like I don't know, freaking carrots. I don't know. I like right now, I'm really digging sweet potato.
Oh,
Like,
sweet potatoes
it's
so good.
Like
really-
right now at this
sweet
moment in
Right
time,
now, at this
Yeah.
moment in time, I'm really enjoying roast sweet potato.
Oh,
my
yeah.
favourite snack at this moment in time is pickled onions.
Oh, that is
no.
So nobody
Yes.
nobody
No, that
even
is
judge
so
me for
good.
that, but I could
No,
if
I
someone
would-
had brought a jar of pickled onions in today, I'd have eaten the entire jar in
I
a heartbeat.
spilled a jar of pickled onions the other day, and
That's
now
disgusting.
my dish tower smells of pickled onion.
Oh god.
Why
Use your
would you
dish towel to wipe it up.
why would you do that to the pickled onions?
That's not gonna go away.
I don't know.
It's gonna be there forever.
Right, quick fire
Oh, man,
answers.
I'm
Quick fire
hungry.
answers. Come on.
Snickers. I
Snickers.
don't know.
Oh,
Nice one. I want to say what's popping into my head is strawberry laces, but I don't think
yeah.
there's too
Love
much.
a strawberry.
Yeah.
You
All
know,
snacks are valid.
they're pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Oh god, a ripple. Sorry, I can't choose.
It's fine.
So
you can have
chocolate
multiple
based
snacks.
snack.
Multiple
Yeah.
Chocolate
snacks.
based.
Bar in my
She's a
pocket.
chocolate based snack kind of
Oh,
person.
I
just been-
really think I
yeah.
might need to go and get some pickled onions now.
Okay.
I'm kind of down for
Should
that.
we talk about our wrap up with our
Yeah,
song?
so we're going to start
yeah.
wrapping up now. So, what I'm going to need from you guys is a song of the day. Give
Well-
me your song of the day.
I'm about to go see Citizen, so it's going to be a Citizen song.
Sick.
And it's going to be Can't Take It Slow, because when I skate, I really need to learn how to do that.
Gotta go fast.
I gotta go fast. So Can't Take It Slow by Citizen.
Nice.
Nice. What about you,
And
Rachel?
yeah.
Oh, okay, Dasha. What are you going to say?
no,
What are you
no,
gonna say?
No,
no,
We're
no.
gonna add a cheeky second
on.
song.
And
Go on.
like, no, it's okay. We can cut that bit.
Right.
Okay.
Do you have yours, Rachel?
So, I quite like. Oh my god, I'm panicking. I'm panicking.
Just
Vem
anything you like.
Vet by Lisa Ekdahl.
Sick.
That's a nice song. That's quite. Don't know. I'm not a musician. Think it's maybe jazzy. Potentially.
Ooh.
Don't know. Don't quote me.
What about you, Leah?
I'm gonna go with Goddess by Paris.
Sick. I have to say, I have no idea any of the songs that you have just
Well, you have to
You should be
listen.
like,
you have to
"Whoa,
listen.
yeah, I
We're
like
gonna
it."
just share it in the group chat
No
afterwards.
idea. I'm
Yeah,
saying sick. That's lying. I have no idea what you're talking
Share in the
about.
group chat afterwards. You have to listen to it. Where's the camera? Listen to these musics.
Listen to the songs. Right, my song of the day is going to be a Doja Cat
Oh,
one.
of course I knew
yeah.
it
It's
was
going
going
to
to
be
be Doja.
it's going to be Doja Cat because I'm going to see Doja Cat on the 11th of June.
Plug.
She's
So, Doja, you're my boy, and it's going to be Been Like This. by Doja Cat.
You're such a Gen Z.
Shut up. I forgot to ask you your question, Dasha.
We don't want to fucking.
This
Don't
one's-
want to ask this
Well,
question.
specific question for Dasha.
Yeah,
What
specific
happens?
question for Dasha.
Do it.
Can you even teach an old dog new tricks? Well, can you?
We have to wait for summer to see. That's just
Exactly.
like
I'm so confused.
Why is that?
that's just like a little cryptic clue that new shit's coming
I don't know
out.
if we're talking about Leica or
No, we're
Shug
talking
Life.
about her. We're talking about her.
That's the whole joke. That
No, we're talking about Dasha being 28 years of age. She's
Yeah,
an old
I'm a
dog
bit
now.
I don't know if that counts as old dog.
I'm just
still in my
joking.
20s.
I'm just
I've
kidding
still
you.
got like a year and a half till I'm 30.
And then,
And then we
once,
can
on-
re- we
once you
can
turn
re-
30, it goes all downhill from there.
No, that's when you become legend status.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to actually skate. You're just like,
There.
no, we'll see in summer. See like if anything comes out,
Nice.
especially after March.
Yeah, keep tuned for March.
Keep tuned for March.
Big things happening in March.
Yeah. Anyway, with that,
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you all for watching and listening to us. Yeah,
yeah.
and
It
thank
was-
you to Liquid Death for keeping us hydrated. I appreciate it. It's absolutely delicious. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you. It has
been
listening
sick.
and contributing. And I hope you all have a great evening.
And we'll see you guys soon
Yeah.
at our next event, I hope.
Should we say bye to the cameras?
Bye.
Bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
later on.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I'm not a night chick.